Hey, what's up YouTube? So this is going to be part 2 of the K20A3 base swap, and we're going to be stripping down this engine. So what I'm going to need is the knock sensor off of this one, since the other one had a Type S style. I'll be taking the intake manifold off as well, and then I'll check this pump to see if this was the problem. I guess the AC wasn't working, so we're going to check out this pump, make sure it's good before we reinstall that. And then we're going to take the transmission off and clutch and flywheel. So all these bolts right here are just 17s all the way around, and then there's 2 10s under for this cover. And then let's see if there's anything else we have to take off. Just gonna reuse the bracket and everything, basically put everything on the other engine, get that ready, and then drop it right back in. So I gotta go to the store real fast and get some Loctite. And then I'll show you guys how we put the clutch and flywheel on, and put the tranny on and everything, so we can get the motor in. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this stuff off, and then we'll come back and see what we need to do. All right, so now that we're back, we got everything stripped off that we needed. When taking the intake manifold off, you're probably gonna have to loosen your water pump housing to get it off, because this stud right here, unless you remove this stud, it's gonna be in the way. So when doing that, there's a little 12 millimeter bolt right here, and 10 millimeter that you have to loosen right here, to kind of help bring out that bracket from the block. So like I said, everything's stripped now. It's time to get to the other engine, get ready to throw our flywheel, clutch, this transmission on here. And also, when swapping engines, make sure that you don't have double dowels, because a lot of people, or I've had it happen a couple times back in the day, where I try to put transmissions on and they've had double valves and dowels, and they end up crushing into each other and making it worse. So just make sure you check that also. Make sure you grease your shaft so it doesn't get all dusty like that. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to AutoZone real fast to go pick up some thread locker for the clutch and flywheel, and then we'll come back and try to start putting the other motor together. I also need to clean it up a little bit as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this transmission next to the other one, and start getting everything prepped, and we'll come back. All right, so right now I finally got back, and I got my thread locker blue for the clutch and then red for the flywheel. So we're gonna go ahead and get this clutch and flywheel installed so we can install the transmission, bolt it all up, put the cover on, and start dropping this engine in. The knock sensors, this one is a 27 millimeter, and the Type S style is a 24 millimeter. So other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this together. When installing your bolts, make sure you do a star pattern. And for some people who think that you can use these flywheel bolts, they work, but they're a lot shorter than the actual manual ones. So I mean, if it's an emergency, use it, but if not, try to get the manual ones. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and start knocking this together so we can get to the next. All right guys, so got the motor all dropped in and everything. Somebody was asking me, how do I loop it, the chain. So I basically just take it through this transmission right here, connect it all the way around under this piping, and I bring it up under this mount right here, and then I just lift it right here and drop it right in. So that's all, guys, that I usually do. Got this mount slightly in, that one in, and this one. Now I can just, I'm gonna tighten up the rear first, because that's the main mount. So once that's all tightened up, I'll go ahead and start finishing the rest of the mounts. And then I'm gonna start attacking the hoses. So I'll probably do heater hoses first, brake line, smog, and then go from there. We'll come back and then see what else we're gonna do next. All right, so as you can see, I got my upper radiator hose on, lower radiator hose on, and my heater hoses are on there now. And I've tightened up all my mounts. So there was a 314 millimeters at the bottom and 117. 317s right here. And then these right here, all 17s as well. So actually 7 17s. Then we got this mount over here, 3 17s as well. And our last one down here, which is a 17. It's getting real windy right now, so I'll try to speed this up a little bit. I'm gonna put the exhaust manifold on. Those are 14 millimeter bolts, and then 2 12 millimeter bolts to the exhaust. Throw the slave cylinder on, and we're gonna start our AC lines right here, 2 10 millimeter bolts, and we'll come back after that, and I'll probably install this ground right here since that's pretty simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out real quick, and then we'll come back. All right, so I went and did the battery tray, and then I got my ground here. I got my ground on this side as well. And as you can see, I got my AC lines installed. Got my exhaust manifold and cover installed as well. So now I'm gonna start just messing with the suspension. So I'm gonna throw this axle back on, get this spindle put back on, and so we can get this car dropped and rolling. I'm gonna do the same for the other side as the half shaft. And once we get both sides done, then we'll set on the harness. And probably get the intake manifold and alternator on, but we'll start with the suspension right now. And then I'm also gonna go ahead and knock out the shift linkage as well. So just to kind of get this car finished and going, because it's really windy out here and I don't want another windy video. So I'm gonna knock this out real fast and we'll come back. All right guys, so I got my shift linkage in right now. All 3 bolts and 2 cotter pins. Axles are in, tires back on the ground on both sides. So got my alternator on as well and power steering connected. So now I can connect my engine harness and get ready to throw the rest of the intake manifold on, connect my throttle cable, and that'll be it for this video after that. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out real fast and get ready to have everything ready. I'm just gonna have to do the fuel because my line broke right here. So that's another reason why I'm stopping the video, because I'm just waiting for part 3. I'm gonna delete the radiator fluid, throw some transmission fluid in here, and make sure nothing's leaking and everything. So we put on this harness and intake manifold, and then I'll come back. All right guys, so this is it. I got the engine harness on, got the intake manifold on, and I just threw the cables and intake on here just to have it on there. But tomorrow it will be a running and driving car. I just gotta get the fluids and replace this fuel line right here. After that, we'll go for a test drive and see how it is. So if you haven't, like, share, subscribe, comment, let me know what you guys think. If you need to get in contact with me, you can on here or on Instagram at kseriesworks or honda.mike1988@gmail.com. Stay tuned guys, got a lot more content coming in, and I'll see you guys later.